Let's cruise. All right, I want to share this with you. I'm gonna start with the story, and then we'll rock it. So I remember being in your shoes, seat, whatever, because I started. I think it was June 9th, 2012, for reference. And so I think tomorrow in training is my 9-year Cutco birthday. Anyways, I remember getting invited to this conference. My manager, I didn't even know anything on it about it because it was like, I want to say it was 5 days after I started. And he was like, "Hey, you're coming to this conference. Give me, it's $100 to go. We're going from Cedar Rapids to Kansas City, which for reference is about a 5.5 hour drive." And I was like, "Wait, what's happening? I work at my other job." And he's like, "Just get it off." And I was like, "Okay." So I remember we met at the office at like, it had to have been like 4:30 in the morning. It was like dark outside, right? I hopped in a car with a couple of my other team members that I'd worked with for like 4 days, and we carpooled to Kansas City. And I had this conference, this knife conference, and I was like, "This is crazy." And I showed up. By the way, I did not end up getting my work off. So they called me and they're like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "I told you I was sick or whatever." So I don't do that. Probably ask off for it. You got time in advance. But I remember that conversation. I remember coming. There was hundreds of people at this conference, and it just like blew my mind how many people not only work here but like love it. And I learned so much in that one conference. And then we drove back, and I was like, "You guys are my best friends now." Right, like on the car ride home or whatever. And you know what's cool is that we do everything a little bit more convenient these days. But I wanted to share that with you just to kind of break the ice. But let me tell you about what is next and what's important going forward. Well, one thing that is next is SC1. So take a picture of this. I know some of you already have this down. So if you do, fantastic. But it's June 18th and 19th. Okay, June 18th and 19th, 4 to 9 Central Time. And then that's a Friday, and then Saturday is 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. So it's kind of a split one, and for good reason, because we want to make sure the way you take advantage of an event is that you have demos after it. So I hope that you have 5 demos tomorrow or 5 demos on Thursday, or you got something lined up ahead of you. I want you to do the same thing for this event. Okay. But let me run you through a couple of the speakers just to highlight. I don't have time to go through every single person, but man, Mike's going to kick it off. You guys, if you're just meeting Mike for the first time, he's got a lot of good stuff. This is like, I hate to say it, but this is kind of like the I don't know, preseason. We're not even in the game yet. Like, this is just a mini kind of, sprinkle on top of the entire ice cream cake that we're going to have at SC1. But he's got opening comments. Mike does. Buddy Boyd runs the entire state of Kansas and some parts of Nebraska and Iowa. One of my favorite people. He's going to be opening up the meeting officially. Fonz Jenkins. This guy used to work for an electric company at the college I used to go to. And Fonz used to make 60K a year working there. And then one year he came back. He used to sell Cutco in college. He came back. He started selling Cutco again, and he made more selling Cutco on the weekends than he did at his full-time job. He quit that job. Now he sells a few $100,000 a year selling Cutco. And then last year transitioned into being a district manager on top of that. This guy's super impressive. You got Josh Dix, who is going to be talking about the Vector opportunity. He's a division coordinator in the Skyway division. He's going to walk through TLA introductions, which is the Leadership Academy, if you're curious. Some key staff recognition. We'll have a little bit of a break for dinner, and then we're going to do a little bit of a pump up phone jam. So we're going to have the 1-2 combo from the St. Louis South district managers. Lindsay's going to talk about phoning like a champion. I'm going to kick off the phone jam, and then we're going to book up some demos that night. And you know what? One of my favorite things is, and I'll wrap up the meeting that evening. One of my favorite things about conferences is the roundtables, because you see all these great speakers, all these people talking. Well, this is a time where you actually get to go and, like, quote unquote, sit at their table and listen to what they have to say or ask questions to them one-on-one, which is awesome. All right. So that's the first night. And then we follow up the next morning as well. And your managers have this agenda, but Mike King's going to be on the event talking about, the main event. We've got some Cutco skills breakouts from like Carlos and Connor. two guys that run offices and have sold a ton of Cutco in college. Buddy's going to wrap it up. We got a push countdown, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I need you to write this down. June 4th to June 18th. That's the push period. Okay. That's the push period. We're actually in it right now. If you don't know that, well, you know now, but we actually started the push period on Friday, June 4th, and it goes until the 18th. And there's going to be recognition from top reps, assistant managers, team builders, getting a friend on the team or a few friends on the team. We got the Vegas contest. All right. Top new district managers, top veteran managers, and top district teams as well. So it's gonna be a lights out event. All right. My opinion, the speakers, as much as I love like our individual division, when we add more high level speakers, you just level up, you start thinking bigger, what's possible. I bet you're thinking a little bit bigger right now at 8, whatever time it is, 41 p.m. than you probably were at, maybe 4 o'clock earlier today because you're inspired right now. Okay. So how do you get invited? Well, let me ask you this. Raise your hand if you are invited and you're already signed up and paid to go to SC1. All right. I don't know. Maybe we don't even need to do this, but that's a lot of people on my screen. I got 4 screens going on, but that's a lot of people. So here's what I'll say. I'm sure we could spend a bunch of time being like, why are you going to this conference? Why are you going to the event? But the simple reason that most people are going to have is that they're going to the event because they want to grow and they want to get better. And it's going to help you sell more Cutco. Okay. Your manager doesn't benefit at all from you going to the event. We don't make any money off of that. Of course, if you sell more Cutco, our team's going to sell more. We're going to have a more exciting summer as well. But here's how you attend. Okay. It's $25 to go to the conference. I just told you my story. We used to drive, sometimes 4 hours, 5 hours, even longer sometimes to different events, and they'd usually cost a couple $100. So look, it's $25 to attend the conference. You've spent $25 on something silly before. I'll just say to be really nice. Okay. This is going to help you out. It's going to boost your resume. And you know what? If after this, I think I speak for every district division and branch manager, that if your manager, if you tell them this wasn't worth it, it wasn't good enough for my $25, we'll pay you back. Hell, I'll pay you back if you don't think the SC1's worth it, because this thing is freaking awesome. And I want everybody to be able to attend it. But I also want to let you know, we have 2 more training classes before this happens. So like, if you don't get you signed up ASAP in the next, 24 hours or so, we got to move on to some other spots, right? So from you being here, you are automatically invited to the event. Okay. You're automatically invited to the event here today. I took the pleasure and the liberty of saying that right now in front of everybody, so nobody can take it back. But in the past, we've chosen to donate to the food banks and other places that have a meaningful impact. This one's a charity that is pretty near and dear to a lot of our, a specific alumni from our company as a previous district manager of ours. And, we want to honor that. So we're going to be donating to the Wounded Warrior Project, which is pretty sweet. Most of the $25 is going to be donated to charity, which is awesome too. So if for whatever reason you can't, figure it out, just talk one-on-one with your manager. Okay. I don't have time for push tips tonight. I've sold a lot of Cutco. Come to my roundtable sometime. Thank you so much. If you are all in for the event, I want you to chat your manager right now. If you're not already signed up, say right now to my manager, I'm in, right? I just need you to call me. I'm in. All right. That's what I got. Have a good night.